Hey everybody out there in old YouTube land, it is me, old Dr. Warren for another episode of the show. So this time we're going to do healthy cooking. So in this healthy cooking episode, I'm going to tell you about my new experiment. Well, I've been playing with it for a little while, but it's really good stuff and I got to share it with you now because I've been enjoying it for a bit. So as you know, I'm a big Vita Clay junkie, but you don't have to use a Vita Clay here. You can do it in any old crock pot of your choice, just the old Vita Clay makes it a lot faster. So, and if you're going, what's a Vita Clay? Check out my other videos on Vita Clay, did a review, whatnot. It's a turbo organic multi-cooker, cooks your food like 4 times faster. So check that out. If you like it, say, yay! Hit that bell there. Now, what we're going to talk about today are two different versions of what I call lamb freestyle. And really all it is a little bit of water. I did a shank. Grab you a New Zealand lamb shank because, of course, we want minerals. That's why we're cooking. That's why this is healthy cooking, because we're doing it so we can get our minerals. Because if we got the minerals, we can increase the quality of our health. So that's why we got a nice lamb shank in there, New Zealand lamb shank. We also threw in some nice neck bones and, oh, what else was that? There was neck bones and lamb chops. So probably a total of 6 to 7 pounds. 6 to 7 pounds of meat. Throw in enough water to just barely cover, because I like to concentrate the juices, and most of it will boil off. I cooked mine for 4 hours. I set the Vita Clay to stew and let it rip for 4 hours. Now, you have just enough water to cover everything, right? Well, you're going to have to put in 2 bay leaves. Let's see. We do 2 bay leaves. We do whole peppercorns, black pepper, whole black pepper corns. And I know you're going, so how much for each? That's why it's freestyle. That's why I was just playing around with it. Just have fun with this thing. I can give you some generals. Do, say, 5 tablespoons of your black pepper. Corns, we really want to get that flavor rich in there. If you don't want it as spicy, then bring it down to about 3 tablespoons of the black pepper. Whole corns, you can grind them up a little bit if you want to get some of that cracked flavor, but I did not. We've got our bay leaves, 2 bay leaves. We've got 3 to 5 tablespoons of our black pepper, whole peppercorns. And then, of course, pristine, filtered, non-fluoridated water and all of our New Zealand lamb. You're going to take all this, you're going to toss it in your cooker of choice, let it rip for 4 hours, come back to it, that's it. It's amazing. Now, lamb freestyle number 2. This is another variant that I did. Use lamb freestyle recipe number 1, except for we're going to add garlic. We're going to add 3 cloves of garlic. You can put 5. You can put as much as you want if you want. It's freestyle. But that's what I did. I did 3 cloves of garlic. And we're going to add one other little twist on the end. Actually, there's one thing that I had in both of these. And that's chickpeas, garbanzo beans. I am so sorry. Add garbanzo beans. You're going to have to soak them overnight and add the appropriate amount that you're going to like. Or you can go to Sprouts, I love Sprouts, and get their organic canned garbanzo beans. I want to say 3 cans should do it, maybe 2. Now, if you want to stay away from cans, because of course cans are lined with BPA containing laminate more often than not. So then you want to go with the dried garbanzo beans, which, if so, that's much better. Kudos to you. You're going to have to let that soak overnight in some nice pure water. So make sure you put your garbanzo beans in there. So after that aside, let's get back into it. We're still talking about lamb freestyle number 2. The thing that I forgot to tell you was to put your garbanzo beans in both freestyle number 1 and 2. So now that we did that catch up, we have our garbanzo beans in there, or our chickpeas. The next thing that we're going to do is at the end, we're going to make up a little garnish. Probably the wrong word. I need you. If you're a chef out there, tell me, educate me. Because what I did is I made like a little topping or a garnish, but I know it's the wrong word, so I need you. Help me, help me, help me. You're going to take a little bit of yogurt and you're going to mix that with some lemon juice. And it's really good stuff to add as a little drizzle when the stew comes out. So that is lamb freestyle number 2. Let's put it all back together. We're going to have 6 to 7 pounds of lamb. We're going to cover that just barely with the water. We're going to add 2 bay leaves. We're going to do 3 to 5 tablespoons of whole black peppercorns. We're going to add, if you want, 3 cans of the garbanzo beans, or soak yours overnight and add the appropriate amount. Of course, Himalayan salt, and I didn't say that before, I just assumed it, sorry. Himalayan salt to taste, that's why I really didn't worry about that one. Himalayan salt to taste, and we'll let that thing go. Now this freestyle number 2, you're going to throw in your garlic, of course. Let it rip with the bay leaves, the garlic, the pepper, of course water just barely covering it. Let it rip for about 4 hours. And at the end, you're going to take a little bit of yogurt. Now the yogurt that I used was a Bulgarian yogurt, and I mix it with a little bit of lemon juice. Now you're going, where am I going to find Bulgarian yogurt? That's a good question. I did the Bulgarian because of my worries about radiation. As you know, we are still suffering from the radioactive fallout of Fukushima Daiichi. So here in the United States, I like to avoid, or here, mainly in the US, I like to avoid a lot of things that contain high amounts, or let's say that are high in potassium, and also dairy products, because anytime you have radioactive fallout, the things that are high in potassium are going to switch and get very high in radioactive cesium, and also the milk is going to become contaminated because the rain hits the grass, and then the cow comes and eats it, and he says, "Ooh, this is really good. It's kind of exciting, gives me a little zing," so he turns into a radioactive cow. But we'll never know it until we eat it, and then years later we're like, I have all these problems. So try to stay away from radioactive things that are contaminated with radiation. There are studies out there on it that talk about the radiocesium uptake during radioactive fallout, during nuclear fallout. You can check those things out on the web, get a little bit of extra info for yourself and your family. So that's all for me for now. Just wanted to share the lamb freestyle with you. Finally putting out some more recipes. Things have been really crazy, but thank you so much for your support. And I see that I have been getting more subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I love you too. That means I just need to get to work and put out some more videos, because I'm feeling the love, guys. Thanks a lot. Share, like, subscribe. You know all the stuff. And of course, all of this is for educational purposes only. Do not do anything that you find in these videos until you talk to your doctor, because if you do something and kill yourself, it is not my fault. Do not send your ghost to harass me. Okay? Make sure you talk to your doctor. All right, we're going to talk to you next time. All right? Thanks a lot for stopping in.